What's up, YouTube? It's Star Wars Infinite here. So yeah, today I'm just gonna show you all some of the collector items that I have. I got them from Sideshow, and a couple of them I believe are Hot Toys, and then majority of them are Kotobukiya. I believe it's 1/10 scale figures, and I just kind of want to talk about them today with you all, show them to you all, what I like about them, and some things I actually don't like about them, and things like that. This isn't really like a review video, so I just want to make that clear. I'm neither gonna really recommend if you should get a certain figure or not. Just gonna really talk about what I like, what these figures kind of mean to me as a new Star Wars fan, and which ones are my favorite and why I love them. So yeah, let's get started. So the first one I'm going to show you all today is the Anakin Darkside, Anakin Skywalker, Revenge of the Sith, Kotobukiya 1/10 scale figure. Here he is right here. And before I show him, this is my very first figure, so it means a lot to me. No, it's not the biggest, nor the flashiest and things like that, but it's my favorite character by pretty much a long shot. I love Anakin. I love the way they wrote his characters. So yeah, this figure means a lot to me, and it's my favorite one. I'd probably say by far. So here he is. Let me get a closer look for you guys. So it's super cool. I personally really like I personally think it really looks like him from afar. I'll try and see if you guys can look at a closer view. I think even up close, it does kind of look like him from Revenge of the Sith. You may not notice from the camera here, but his eyes are Sith colors. I remember when I first saw it in the prototype, it looked exactly like Anakin, like 100, like the prototype on the box, like it looked 100% like him. So I was a little bit disappointed when I got him, just because I was expecting the prototype to look exactly like the prototype that was shown on the box. But that's, I think pretty unrealistic by me, and probably shouldn't have done that. But this is a really, really cool figure. I love the way that they added the detail to his cape, where it's like the wind's blowing into it, and it's flying around. Same with his tunic over here. Like you can see, this is flapped up as if the wind is coming upon him. And then I feel like the hair is a really good design. I think it's pretty accurate of how Anakin looked in Revenge of the Sith. The lightsaber, it's good material. It's only 1/10 scale, so it's not gonna be the best quality, but it's good quality for the price. It's really awesome. It means a lot to me. Like I said, Anakin is my favorite character, by a long shot. I think the reason why I'm a big Star Wars fan is because of the prequels. I love the originals as well, and the originals were actually the first movies that I watched. But I feel like after I watched the prequels, that's when my fandom, my motivation to start my own Star Wars account, things like that, that's when things came into, that's when things just changed for me in terms of being a Star Wars fan. The prequels mean a lot to me. They're some of the best movies I've seen, just in general. And obviously for Star Wars, I think Revenge of the Sith is the best movie, Star Wars movie. That or A New Hope for me. So yeah, this figure means a lot to me. Like I said, it's not the flashiest nor the biggest. It's my favorite character, and I love it to death. So yeah. So now, I have to be really delicate with these, because there's other figures here that are like moving around, but I have to be really delicate because they move around quite a bit. So yeah, they can easily break, what I mean to say. So the next figure I want to show you all is Anakin's son, Luke Skywalker. This is the X-Wing version of Luke Skywalker, from when he destroyed the Death Star. And yeah, it's really awesome. It looks exactly like how he looked in the movie. I'm not sure if it's exact detail for detail, like the buttons here on his suit. I don't know if they're exactly the same colors as the movie. So let me know in the comments if they are. If they are, I'll be really impressed, because that's even more detail than I expected. I want to show you all the helmet. That requires me to pop off Luke's head. So I'm gonna have to pop off Luke's head. Sorry, Luke. So this is his head right here. In terms of the likeness, if it looks exactly like him, it's not exactly, doesn't look exactly like him, but I mean, you shouldn't expect that. Like, I didn't expect that with these Kotobukiya 1/10 figures, you know. I expected something like pretty close, and I think that it does that. But what I really appreciate about this head sculpt is actually the helmet. You have the Rebel symbols, the logos, and I think I confirmed this when I got it, but the helmet is pretty much exactly, I think it's spot on, from what I read, but it's super cool. I'm gonna give Luke his head back. Yeah, the material is really good. I really like this. Like, this is like movable, so it's like a bit more realistic. Yeah, so this one I really like. The reason why I got this one as opposed to some of the other Luke Skywalker figures is because I just think this is such a defining moment for him in the saga. I mean, there's so many defining moments for Luke, right? So many, and this is just one of them. But I think it was really his first major badass defining moment. You know, destroying the Death Star. I remember he was in the process of destroying the Death Star, and Darth Vader, his daddy, was right behind him trying to gun him down. But it was just the Luke. I don't know. This figure is just so awesome to me. It just means a lot to me too, and yeah, I just think it was such a badass moment. And I didn't really, you know, I think everyone kind of gets obsessed with the whole, like, the Jedi figures, the Sith figures. So I wanted something that wasn't exactly that, but was still Luke Skywalker, if that makes sense. Like, this isn't Luke in his Jedi robes or anything like that, but this is still Luke Skywalker, the badass, the hero, the bastion of hope that we all know who he is, A New Hope. That's Luke. So really love this figure. Means a lot to me, as do all other figures. So yeah. So the third figure, I will be honest with you. So it's the Mandalorian. It's from Kotobukiya as well. I kind of just bought it. I saw it was on sale on Sideshow's website, and I thought it'd be cool to get it, and I kind of just wanted it. The Mandalorian was a great show. Pedro Pascal did a great job playing him, and so did his, I believe, his stunt doubles and stuff like that. Yeah, the Mando's just hella badass, and I thought it was cool. I won't go too much into detail just because Mando's, like I said, I love him. He's really awesome, but he's not like what Luke and Anakin are to me, if that makes sense. And I feel like most of the fandom can say the same thing. But yeah, but it's really cool. Like, the helmet's spot on. I like the way that he's posing with one of his arms with the gun up. And the cape is kind of just like Anakin's. Like, they added the nice little detail as if, like, the wind is like changing its shape and form. Yeah, so like I said, this is a really cool figure. Actually, taking photos of this one is really cool too. Just because, I don't know, he looks so badass in that helmet. So yeah, I really love this figure. Like I said, I just kind of got it because it was on sale. But it's really cool, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoy looking at it while it's in my display case, so yeah. Okay, so the last two, I'm gonna show you all. One is Jedi, one is a Dark Lord of the Sith. I want you all to guess which two I'm about to show you, but you know one of them just because of the thumbnail, Vader. So I'll show you Vader first, but while I go over the Vader one and talk about why I think it's super cool, just guess which one, which Jedi figure you think I have. So yeah, just give me a second. I have to be very careful. This is my biggest figure by far, because the base is huge, and so is the figure itself. Okay, I'm done. All right, I'm gonna move my mic a little bit. Actually, it's not even plugged in because I have to fix my whole sound situation. So I don't know what I have here. So let's see if you guys can see him. Cool. So I'm gonna move back a little bit. His lightsaber and hand fell off. All right, I'll put that back in later. So that's another thing. You have to be really delicate with these figures because, as you just saw, this just came off. So yeah, this is the Darth Vader 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back figure. This is super awesome because if you look at the base, it's where, you know, he cut off Luke's hand and he tried to convince Luke to join him so they can rule the galaxy together. The reason why I love this figure is because first of all, it's posable. So can't really tell. I think you can. I didn't do a very good job. But from this angle, I tried to make it seem like when Vader was trying to convince, when he reached out to Luke to join him to the dark side. So yeah, I tried to pose him like that. There's this figure comes with other hands. So like you saw, this is removable. So you can get other different types of like hands and gloves. So another pose I could do, for example, is the other iconic pose where Vader is holding his belt straps like this. So yeah, it's really cool. But I think here's one cool thing. Right here, I don't know what to call these things, but you know when Vader his lightsaber like cut those things, whatever these things are called. I just think it's a cool detail that they have there. That makes it look even more realistic and pays homage to the scene in the Empire Strikes Back. And you can also see, I think, let me try and show you. Yeah, right there. So you can also see the lights, the flashing lights. So these actually work. They're not just there randomly. Like these, if I just need to get the correct battery. There's a battery, I believe, that goes under the base. If I can find the correct battery, these lights will flash on and off like in the film. So this is a really cool figure. I think it was the most expensive one that I have by a bit. Way bigger than the last three figures that you saw. But for me, and also I guess the lightsaber, it's really good material. Better material than the Kotobukiya figures like Anakin's lightsaber. And it's pretty spot on with how Vader's lightsaber looks like in terms of the hilt. Yeah, I just want to show you all a little bit. So it's super cool. I have to put this back on. I will do that later. But I think my favorite part of this figure, I'm gonna move the camera up a little bit. So I think my favorite part of this figure actually is you can remove the helmet and you can see the back. Well, you can see like more details of like under his helmet, I guess. But I think the coolest part for me is you can see the back of his head. The scars from when he was Anakin. Oh no, at that point he was Darth Vader. Of when Vader was burnt on Mustafar in his duel with his former master Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, so you can see the scars. I think it's really cool that this is Hot Toys figure, so I think it's really cool that Hot Toys included that detail where you can take off the helmet. You can see his scars that we saw in Return of the Jedi. Unfortunately, you can't take the front off. There is a Return of the Jedi Darth Vader figure where I believe you can take the whole helmet off to be able to see his whole face. And just like with this one, with that one, they did a really good job in terms of the likeness from the film and how Vader and Anakin would look like. So yeah, this is my favorite part of the figure by a long shot, just because I just think it's super cool that you can just take it off. You can see his scars. Like sometimes I kind of just Darth Vader Anakin is such a deep character for me. Sometimes I kind of just look at this figure and the Anakin figure I have and just kind of think about, wow, Anakin turned into this guy and completely just rained terror all over the galaxy. And so yeah, so this is an awesome figure. I'm gonna have to fix some things. Like I said, it's pretty delicate, and like the helmet's like a little bit magnetic, so it's hard to, yeah, you can kind of tell I'm kind of struggling. Those are some of the complaints I have with this figure, just because, I mean, I understand you should be really delicate with these figures, but I feel like I have to be way too delicate with these figures. But you know, I think it was worth the money, and it's awesome to look at, and it's huge. So yeah, I'm gonna put him off to the side. We'll be right there. Cool, so my last figure I'm gonna show you all. Super excited about this one. So I wonder what y'all guessed which Jedi it is. But yeah, let me know if you got it correct in the comments. Let me get him. This figure I have to be really delicate with as well, because there's a lot of material. Cool. So this is Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is from, I think it's like Hot Toys Mythos, something like that. I forgot what it's called. But it's a 1/6 scale figure, just like that one. It's pretty big, not as big as the Vader one. I think they made the Vader one especially big just because it's Vader. But yeah, let me give you all a close-up. So this one I was actually, I need to repose. You can see like the head is kind of off, and so is his body, and I need to repose it. But yeah, this one is really cool. I think this to me, his head sculpt, that looks exactly like a young, Alec Guinness. Looks exactly like him, how I imagine him when he was young. And I think it does look a little bit like Ewan McGregor, a little bit as well. I think they modeled it a bit more towards Sir Guinness, but they did a really good job in terms of, I think, because I could see Ewan McGregor in this head sculpt. But look at it, like if you look, like the detail is just amazing with the hair. And I wanted this figure really bad because it shows, it gives us an image into how Obi-Wan would look like in the time after Revenge of the Sith and before New Hope, when he's on Tatooine, you know, protecting Luke, keeping an eye over him and stuff like that. And you can you get that vibe, because I mean, look at his backpack. He has a bunch of material. He has let's see, he has a rifle right here. He has yeah, the rifle's right here. I'm not sure what this is. If you do know, let me know. I think this is like a spear or something like that. But you can tell he just has a bunch of material because he's in Tatooine, the barren land that is Tatooine, and he can't be seen, he can't be discovered for obvious reasons. And so that, I think another cool aspect is, you know, he has a hood, which you know, obviously it's the same color hood and style as we saw him in A New Hope, so it's super cool. And yeah, and he has his binoculars here, so I can just imagine him in Tatooine, and he's looking over, you know, with the sunset, the two suns, and he's just trying to look at the landscape, look at the land, see what's going on. Or maybe he's looking at Tusken Raiders out there. So it's super cool. I really love this one. I think it's, I mean, I love all these figures. So I feel like the Anakin one's my favorite, but when I talk about these, in that moment when I'm talking about them, I feel like they become my favorite figure. For some, like right now, I'm like, damn, this is my favorite figure. So yeah, this one's really cool. And then he has these like goggles you can put on him. I'm trying to remember what the goggles are for. Maybe when there's like a dust storm, or sandstorm, I mean, in Tatooine. I'm sure there's plenty of those over there. I hate sand. Okay. Yeah, I actually do hate sand. That's not just trying to mock Anakin. I don't like sand. It's not. Okay, I'm done. So yeah, this is a really cool figure, and I have to. It's gonna be hard to show you all, but he's holding two lightsaber hilts here. This one, I'll try and get a bit. This one right here, I don't know if you can tell. This is a Qui-Gon's. So this is really deep for me because he's on Tatooine. He's carrying so much pain and grief. He still has Qui-Gon's lightsaber that he holds on to, right? And then this is Anakin's saber. Obviously, we saw him at the end of Revenge of the Sith pick it up and eventually showed it to Luke in A New Hope and introduced it to him. But he has it right here, and he's holding these two, the two people that he watched die. He watched Qui-Gon die to Darth Maul, and then he watched his apprentice, his brother, his best friend, burn right in front of him. So you can just imagine how Obi-Wan is feeling. This Obi-Wan is feeling with all the grief, the suffering, the Jedi, Coruscant being taken over by Palpatine, Emperor Palpatine, the Galactic Empire. So you can just imagine how much pain he has. So that's what makes Obi-Wan so great, because despite the pain and despite the suffering, he never really wavered in his principles. So I think this figure kind of does a great job of portraying all those aspects about Obi-Wan. Really cool, and yeah, like I said, I love this figure. I love all of them. Yeah, so I'm gonna do like a side-by-side. Man, it would be cool. Imagine the Kenobi series if we see... They said there would be a duel between Obi-Wan and Vader. I don't know, it would have to be a flashback, because remember Vader in New Hope, when he sensed Obi-Wan, he was like, I haven't sensed this feeling or whatever since ... And he didn't finish the sentence, but it's presumed that he meant since Mustafar. So I'm sure it's gonna be not flashback, sorry, like a vision. Yeah, and I think they did. I don't know. I need to read more of the comics, but let me know in the comments if there was some flashback in the or vision in the comics where they fought. I know in the Dark Lord of the Sith, and spoilers here if you haven't read it, Dark Lord of the Sith, the Darth Vader 2017 comics, there's a few like visions of these two. There's one vision where Vader regrets turning and he goes back to Obi-Wan to apologize, which I feel like they could include in the Kenobi series, and if they did, I would cry. yeah, I would cry if they included that for some reason. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited for the Kenobi series. But yeah, I'm gonna put him back over here. Yeah. So yeah, these are all my figures. Yeah, so they're all scattered on my desk, but really appreciate those who have watched this long, these 26 minutes. These figures mean a lot to me, and I was just really excited to show you all what I think of them and how many I have, and I'm hoping to expand my collection, but you know, money is a factor, despite how much I've already spent on these figures, but they mean a lot to me. I love them, and if I would definitely recommend if you can save up, get one of these figures and enjoy them, because I feel like for any Star Wars fan, they mean a lot. So yeah, so that's it for today's video. Thank you for tuning in to Star Wars Infinite today. Be sure to like and subscribe. Leave comments below. Let me know what you thought of this video, what you thought of the figures. Let me know if you guessed that Obi-Wan was indeed the Jedi figure that I had. And yeah, let me know which figures are your favorite, which ones you want to get, and things like that. So yeah, I really appreciate all the love and support. Thank you so much.